Rob D. Welcome.
Hi Jason, how are you?
How are you, man?
I'm fine. Look, I'm bearing up considering it's about 5 o'clock in London.
Yes, but you're a night person, aren't you?
I am actually, but I tend to go to bed about 4 o'clock, but I'm holding in there.
Okay, well, understandable.
Yeah.
Now, I mentioned when I first met you that I kind of feel like I've known you for a long time because we've enjoyed your music for so long, and at last, you're here.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way because, we finally met yesterday, but Jason Bentley is a name I've had for many years.
Good. Well, and, I'm glad, and I guess to give people a little history.
Yeah.
Many people know your track "Clubbed to Death."
Yes.
Which is definitely a signature track. It was kind of just a shot heard around the world for Rob D.
Yeah.
Take us back to, because actually you'll have to tell us when that was originally written, but take us back to that time. To the original inspiration, what was going on either in your life or what led to the creation of this just epic and kind of anthemic record from you?
Well, it came about when I was, actually when I first wrote it, it wasn't the type of music that was commonly heard, at least even in London, I don't imagine anywhere really, it was kind of a reaction against the type of music that was out in clubs at that time, which I felt was quite impersonal and slightly mechanical. And I thought, it'd be great to do something really different, sort of breaking different genres and a bit more personal. But I did it, and I thought no one will want to release this. It's just like. But I sent it to Moax, and they were doing some stuff at the time that really inspired me, I didn't actually put my name on the record when I sent it. I just put the word interested in there, a question mark, and finally they sort of got back to me and released it. But in retrospect, thanks to people like yourself, and the fact it was in the Matrix, due to no small part to you, it seems like something that is not totally against the grain, but at the time it was really very much sort of quite really different. So.
Well, also you should say, and we had this conversation yesterday, that you're not necessarily part of a dance music or electronic music movement. It just seems like you kind of it's your own world in when you create music.
Well, I think one of the great things about is samplers. Hip-hop music, when people started using samplers, and the invention of the sampler meant that instead of getting a band you could suddenly, as one person, you could just create anything with a sampler. And if you call that dance music, whatever you call it, it's just creating music in that method. And if you can do the same with the drum machine, fantastic. Whatever. It's just whatever at your time, really.
Let's check out some music and refresh people's memories for this great track, "Clubbed to Death," and then we'll spend some time on your forthcoming album called Furious Angels, and we'll get to that. So my guest this hour is Rob Dougan, otherwise known as Rob D, in Metropolis on KCRW. Classic. Rob D, "Clubbed to Death," that just resonates with a lot of people, not only from the Matrix, but from different advertising, sporting events.
Yeah.
It really did just resonate in popular culture. So congratulations on that.
Well, I had some, if it hadn't been, the Matrix was a tremendous help for that song, in the sense that, it got it to a hugely different audience, and in America, I don't think that track would have been heard so much, by such a large amount of people.
That's true. Fortunate circumstance, and we look forward to your involvement on Matrix 2 and 3. Very exciting. And also for this album, do you have a set release for your album domestically here?
Yeah, well, we've been, hopefully it's going to come out through Warner's, which is going to be really great. So. And so that's really exciting.
It might be the new year, like early part of next year.
Yeah, late January or something like that. Yeah, exactly. That's going to be fantastic, yeah.
Well, we've got the opportunity to play people some selections from the forthcoming album. It won't be in stores until late January, so keep that in mind. Is there a way, if people wanted to get in touch with what you're doing, what you're about? I think a lot of people are curious about Rob D. Who is Rob D? Is there an internet site, something that people here can check out? I know you're on a UK label called Cheeky.
Yeah. There's a website. It's robdougan.com, which it's done by some guys called Forensic in London who are amazing, and they spent ages putting this together, like kind of like another album actually. The website. It's not just a cursory website, and I think that's a pretty good guide actually.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's check out some things from the forthcoming album, just to show the range of talents and what you're about. Because those of you out there listening who know Rob D for the Club to Death track, there's a lot more to for what you offer. A fusion of kind of hip hop beats, heads music. It's tough to put in a descriptive box, really.
Yeah.
Because you're doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, totally. It's tough for me too.
And also, you sing on the record "Furious Angels."
Yeah.
And we'll hear a bit of that. Your stylings along with an instrument. Is "Furious Angels" an instrumental track?
No, it's portions of it are, but no, it's not. It's a vocal track, and that was released in the UK as the second single. It did really well, really, and that's a track I love. I think it's a good step on from Club to Death, really.
I believe so. Also, people will want to stay tuned for your chance at a signed copy of the CD. Not just any CD. This is we have a special limited edition package, don't we?
Yeah.
Is that true? Yeah.
Yeah. I always thought that releasing albums just in a CD. I always wondered, why a CD? Why this tiny box? So. And I always wanted to do something different. Club to Death is really different. I think this album is really musically different than things around. So I just wanted to do it in a different format. So we actually released it in a much bigger format and spent a lot of time working on the artwork and everything. And
yeah, it's a book,
It's a kind of really special edition. It's not your average special edition.
Okay, well, we have 5 copies which you'll sign as well to give our KCRW members a shot at, so stay tuned for your opportunity at those CDs. Rob D is my guest. Let's check out selections from the album Furious Angels. Beautiful. Rob D and selections from Furious Angels, forthcoming domestically, looks like through Warner Brothers in the new year. Rob, it seems like you were just destined to be scoring for picture somehow with the material that we're hearing off of this album. It's as if you're a true composer.
Well, I did want to do something.
I am.
Yeah. No, I did want to do something that did have a bit of musical substance to it as well, And I think this album is quite varied. It varies in style, and it's just like a desperate attempt to cover quite a few bases. Say, hey, can do that, but that track is much more traditional, in that sense, much more of an orchestral piece.
Are you a big kind of a cinema?
Yeah. I mean, most of the inspiration I get from doing music is I'm watching a film or something. If I'm working on lyrics, I'll put The Wild Bunch on or some great film like that, and finishing it and be none the wiser. It won't help at all, but but yeah, most of the inspiration I get is from films and atmospheres and things from stuff like that.
What is your musical background and your training?
I went to Catholic school and they tried to drum in a bit of music, while I was there, and that's about it, really. I used to sort of just skive off school and try and use music as an excuse to do no work, basically. And it seemed to work, and I thought, well, I may as well continue that, But I just studied at school, and I was just fascinated, so I just continued that, and I always study just on a personal basis. I'm always buying books on orchestration, and I'm just always trying to learn more.
Now, when you do come back to LA in support of the release of the album, you'll be in live performance. It's not like a DJ thing. You're bringing a band. What does that consist of?
It's basic standard band. I always thought to have sort of 10 maraca players in the background. It might be kind of embarrassing. So it's just really standard band. It's bass, drums, guitar, and we just run the strings live off the records, and it seems to work really well. It's a huge sound of an orchestra, but it's not really the important thing. I suppose the important thing is whatever the song is conveying, and that's really everything. Just seems to work really well. We've been rehearsing that in London for about 10 days now, and I'm really happy with that, and I can't wait to do that.
We can't wait to see it in the new year when the album is released. In just a few minutes, we're going to give subscribers a chance at this Rob D pack. It's more than just a CD. I was kind of selling it short earlier. It's a book with some great photographs of you. I mean, you look like a model in here. It looks like a fashion layout. You spent a lot of time.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time doing that. I don't know if that's quite accurate, but yeah, we spent a lot of time trying to get the visual side. I always really admire artists who do that, you know.
No, I mean, I don't mean to make light. Obviously, it's very, there's some serious images in here, as well as your head is exploding in this, on this page.
That's not intensely flattering, but, and there's pictures underwater and sort of various odd poses. But, yeah, I just really want to try and evoke some sort of world. I mean, that's what I like about artists. When it evokes, really, you can imagine something. And you sit there and you can really imagine something as you listen to it, look at the pictures, read the lyrics.
Tell us more about the world that you are creating with Furious Angels.
I just, all the things I like, I always try and get them in. I suppose every person has their favourite things in life, and books, films, pieces of music. And the great thing about doing music is you can start to collate those into a bunch of influences, and it becomes your own private little world that you can create. And hopefully when people listen to that, they may end up, thinking, God, how was this influenced? And they go back to these things that you love, and that's great.
Was this kind of a lifetime in the making?
Yeah, it was a long time in the making. I don't know if that's really a good thing or a bad thing. In many ways, it's a good thing because I think a lot of people are under pressure. They think, oh God, I better get this done. It's a sort of careerist thing. Well, I'm not really a careerist. I do it as a vocation. So for me, I didn't care if it took 20, 30, 50 years. I just didn't care. I really couldn't give a damn. I just wanted to do something really good, something special, and something I was really proud of. I always took the view, one day I'm going to die, and am I going to be proud of this? Or am I just going to think, hey, that was the first album that I just did, I wouldn't be proud of it. If I get run over by a bus tomorrow, I'd be really pleased with this, I'd be happy.
Speaking of that, we're gonna continue with "Left Me for Dead" from the album.
I suppose that's appropriate. Yeah.
So, Rob D is my guest. We're listening to selections from the forthcoming. D is my guest this hour, and that was another track from the forthcoming album Furious Angels. Looking for that in the new year, followed by some live performances in a town near you, hopefully Los Angeles area, I'm sure, as Rob D comes back with a full band. So, wow, what can we say? I wish I could tell people about a live show now.
Yeah, no, it's not happening, no. Yeah, exactly. Just not. A little while.
That's all right. We do have a very cool giveaway set for KCRW subscribers. Why don't you go ahead and describe everything that's included in this little pack? If we got the CD. This is the import.
Yeah, there's the import CD released in the UK. Then there's the book form, which is a different order, different display of lyrics and images and stuff, which has cost us a small fortune to do on a non-profit. It's a registered charity, I'm sure. That's the booklets, and then I think there's a version of some instrumental.
Yeah, actually, we're going to throw in an instrumental version of the album, as well as the compilation of 10 remixes of Club to Death.
Yeah, that's intense, isn't it? That's a lot of remixes.
That's a good clubbing.
Yeah.
10 different
that's probably about three, the time of 3 Beatles albums, it takes you to go through that. Anyway, but there's some good remixes there. There's a Tom Middleton, which is really good. I like that.
I like that too. Okay, and also you've signed the copies of the book.
Yep.
Are you going to sign those?
Yep, indeed, indeed.
So let's do this. I do have queued up an alternate version of Club to Death. This is the Pesce remix.
Yeah, that's
people.
Great too. That was one of the original remixes.
Right on the Moab.
James Lavelle commissioned that brilliant bunch of remixes that he put together there.
Very true. All right. Well, we have 5 copies of the CD. More of a Rob D music pack here for our KCRW subscribers. So if you haven't won any giveaways from KCRW in the past 90 days, then call us with your member number at 310-452-6700. As I release the phones, just to be fair, 310-452-6700. These Rob D music packs available to our subscribers on a first-come, first-served basis. Good luck to you in getting in on this, and let's continue with the sounds of Rob D. This is, again, the Pesce remix of Clubbed to Death.